It's not the end of me playing Spider-Man. There's definitely more to come. I sat down with some of our creatives and we pitched Spider-Man 3, which is going to be something very special, something very different. And, you know, I'm just so grateful that Marvel changed my life and allowed my dreams to come true. And Sony are allowing me to continue living my dream. So, you know, it's a crazy thing, and it's never been done before, but we'll see how it goes, and it'll be as amazing and as fun.
In the world that we are now creating for Peter Parker. I mean, there'll be adjuncts to it. They may be different locations, but it will still all be in the same world, and they will be connected to each other as well.
So there is a chance that Tom Holland as Spider-Man will pop up somewhere over there? There's always a chance.
There's always
Venom. So, how do you feel about that?
Who, me?
You ready? You ready to go face to face?
What toe to toe with Tom Holland?
Yeah.
I'll have a go, yeah, you know. Well, you got to have a go, ain't you?
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with another update on Spider-Man. So the only reason I'm doing this video is because this is coming straight from Tom Holland, and it sounds like for now Spider-Man is out of the MCU, which is very interesting. So what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any videos. If the channel ever hits 100,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a PS4 Pro with Spider-Man PS4 Game of the Year Edition, or an Xbox One X with Gears of War 5. But until we hit 100k, I will be giving away EndGame on Blu-ray starting Friday, and then the following Friday, and maybe we'll keep it going for a few weeks. So all you got to do, same rules apply. Let me know down below why should I pick you, and subscribe to the channel. So what is interesting about this whole thing is no one really knows what is official. We've got Kevin Feige, we've got Tom Holland, all talking business talk, all talking press, all talking what their publicity people are telling them to say. But as we know, there is still a long time. So Disney only has till the middle of 2020 to make a new deal with Spider-Man. Sony is fully in control of this situation. It's not Sony that has to chase Marvel. Marvel has to chase Sony if they want Spider-Man in their universe. Because, you know, guys, the MCU has nothing to do with Sony. Sony would much rather put Tom Holland in Venom 2, in Morbius, in Into Spideyverse so he can interact with Miles Morales. They would much rather do this. And the latest update we've had from unverified sources, WeGotItCovered.com, says that Sony will only let Tom Holland, Spider-Man, come back in the MCU is if they allow Tom Holland to be in Venom 2, to be in any spin-off show, Kraven the Hunter, kind of Morbius, kind of Into the Spideyverse. But what is interesting about Tom Holland's comments is it seems quite final. So in a recent interview with GQ, Holland alliterated his gratitude to Marvel for launching his career as the MCU Spider-Man in the first place. He then went on to express his confidence in Sony and where they would take his version of the character. So that tells me, and that tells anyone that's mildly educated, that you can make an educational guess that Tom Holland, Tom Holland's publicist, Tom Holland's manager, has had a conversation with Sony about where Spider-Man is going. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be absolutely, guys, no difference to Spider-Man 3, MCU, and Spider-Man Sony, because the character is still there. The development is still there. They're still going to push forward with Spider-Man standing on his own 2 feet. So this is what Tom Holland said in his own words. I'm not shy about expressing how incredible the last 5 years has been with Marvel. I truly had the time of my life, and in so many respects, they've made my dreams come true, says the actor. Sony has been really good to me, and the global success of Spider-Man Far From Home is really a testament to their support, skill, and commitment. The legacy and future of Spidey rests in Sony's safe hands. I'm really nothing but grateful, and I have made friends for life along the way. So does that sound like a person that is defeated? Does that sound like a person that has had enough of playing Spider? No. He has said multiple times, guys, that he will still be Spider-Man. Now, to me, it doesn't really matter what universe he's in. If he's in the MCU, cool, bro. But if he's not, then he gets to interact with Venom. And then we won't get the Flash Thompson Venom. We get the Eddie Brock Venom, Morbius, Kraven the Hunter, into Spideyverse. There is much more potential with Spider-Man going back to Sony, but at the same time, if he could appear in the MCU and Spider-Verse and Venomverse and Sonyverse, that would be the best thing for everyone. But as we've alliterated, guys, they have to 2020, mid-2020, because obviously, for Sony to keep the rights to Spider-Man movies, they need to crank a movie out every 3 years to keep the movie rights. So that is why 2020, they've got to 2020, because they realistically have to drop a movie 2021, late 2021 at latest. So that will be very interesting. So Disney do have some time to come back to the table and to stop being selfish and stop wanting so much money and so much creativity. It'll be very interesting. The move is not in Sony's ball court. It is in Marvel and Disney's ball court. If they want Sony Spider-Man to come over to the MCU, and if they want the MCU Spider-Man back, they're going to have to back down to Sony, because Sony won't back down. They don't need to back down. They've already made over $800 million with Venom standalone without Tom Holland being in it. That just think about that, guys. They made $800 million on a movie that everyone thought was a train wreck. Critics absolutely destroyed Venom. Yet it nearly beat Homecoming. It made $800 million. And now the most recent movie has made $1.1 billion. Granted, that was with MCU's help. But obviously, Into Spideyverse won a bunch of awards, so they are really confident in their own ability to make Spider-Man movies without Marvel. So Marvel really needs to go back begging to Sony. And please, can we have a character? Please, can we use him? Because that's literally what they have to do now, guys. It's as simple as that, if you think about it. So, yes, there is an alleged meeting going on between Sony and Disney. Marvel is Disney. But, guys, like I said, there's going to be back and forth talks for the next 6 months until they get a new deal. Until Sony's happy, they will not let them have the MCU Spider-Man again. So, it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, guys, this is down to Sony allowing Disney to say, okay, you can use Spider. It's not Sony's fault, it's Disney's fault. Disney ruined the relationship by asking for too much. Even 30% is too much for a character they don't even own the rights to, because you got to understand, guys, they make 100% of the profits from the toy merchandise sales. Back in 2011, Sony made a big mistake by selling the rights. They sold the merchandise rights that are worth up to and over $1 billion a year for Spider-Man merchandise. So realistically, Disney always makes more money off Spider-Man than Sony does. So Disney really needs to go groveling. They really need to say, okay, Sony, what do you want? And they're like, okay, cool, we can do that. Cool. I mean, realistically, if they went back to the 5% deal, it'll make no difference to a juggernaut like Disney. I mean, realistically, they've got Frozen too. They've got so many franchises. Avatar, Home Alone reboot on Disney Stream. There's got so many things coming. They do not really need to be fixated on being greedy, wanting the percentages, wanting creativity. Because at the end of the day, it is a Sony character. So the only way Sony is going to work with Disney is if Disney essentially grovels in a business sense to Sony and says, yeah, okay, you want that, cool, we agree. Otherwise, it's goodbye to Spider-Man in the MCU. As I've said, I would prefer him being in the MCU, but I'm not really bothered either way because it's not going to make much difference. A lot of people would actually prefer him to be out of the MCU, so you don't get, I guess you could say, kind of what's happening at the moment, which is why we're having to have all these extra characters from the greater Marvel universe. And we could have a storyline about Spider-Man that isn't centric around Iron Man. Yes, Iron Man was pretty cool, but realistically, did he need 2 movies that was kind of centric around Iron Man? I mean, Homecoming, Iron Man. Far From Home, Iron Man. Yes, Iron Man's legacy, but realistically, Spider-Man should walk without anyone else, and he's going to have to do that now. But it is interesting. But like I said, This could change so much. That's why I think Tom Holland keeps alliterating the same thing he said since Disney 23. But because Tom Holland said it, it is gospel. It is true because Tom Holland said it. Tom Holland's got confidence in Sony Pictures. So why don't the fans? It's ridiculous. No fan has confidence in Sony Pictures, yet the actor playing Spider-Man has confidence in Sony Pictures. I mean, you got to look at it like this. They've won an award for Into the Spider-Verse. Venom killed it. Close to $1 billion, a pretty damn solid movie without Spider-Man, without any word of Spider-Man. Okay, yes, maybe there was a little Easter egg, but that is about it. So guys, this will be probably the last video of Spider-Man that I do, unless something official comes out and says something. Like I said, guys, I report the news. You guys want Spider-Man updates all the time, which is kind of funny and kind of weird because it used to be EndGame. Now it's Spider-Man. What is the next trend? The next trend should really be about the Black Widow movie, seeing as that is the next Marvel movie. Obviously, the Joaquin Joker Phoenix movie comes out next month in October. But that's it really. We don't have much Marvel movies coming out for a very long time. Also in the news, we've recently found out that all the Disney streaming shows will have an edge on Netflix. No, not because they're going to offer quality, not because they're going to offer an array of original content, R-rated, scary horror movies. No, it's one simple thing that could make Netflix great. You're going to get one episode a week rather than them dropping a series, because as cool as it is, Netflix is frustrating when they drop a season in one go. So the Loki series will drop episode by episode. Mainly, I think the fact because they're only going to be like 6 to 8 episodes max. But it is cool that you don't have to binge watch it. You just have to wait each week. And if there is a cliffhanger in the episode, you have to wait 1 week, which is pretty cool. So guys, let me know down below. Are you happy or are you excited that it seems like Spider-Man in the MCU is officially over? Because Tom Holland says the future is safe with Sony. I believe him. I believe in the character. I believe in the actor. I think it's going to be pretty cool. But you guys keep asking, and yeah, I want to keep talking about it as long as you guys keep asking. So guys, like always, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.